Welcome back, everybody, to the Gears Challengers Series, Split 2, Phase 2, Week 2. I'm Taylor Reflections Double, joined by Jordan Ribs Ribeiro. We're now heading into Grand Finals. The two best teams once again match up against each other in a rematch from Week 1 now over towards Week 2. Dosil Mictlan going against Hayabusa Black. So let's talk about this series, Ribs, because you've watched both teams play it out now. Which one have you been more impressed with?
Definitely Dosil. I mean, I looked at that roster and I was like, wow, how's this team not in Pro League? But I mean, hey, it is what it is. They're working their way back into Pro League. Hayabusa Black, for me, this is where they have their opportunity to impress me versus the #1 team, get their revenge on last week. They struggled versus this team last week. Despite taking a map, they lost 10-1 out of the other 2 maps. And yeah, I mean, you got to learn from it. You got to bounce back. That was just 6 days ago. So I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, yeah, definitely Dosil right now looking like the team to beat, and it's not surprising with that good of a roster.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not. You know, obviously the 3/4 of the Team Queso roster that was eventually relegated. This is a roster that beat Elevate. You know, that's no easy feat by any means. And of course, that was before the mid-split playoff. And Elevate's, you know, not been playing up to par as of recently in Pro League. But when they did beat them, Elevate was still a very dominant force. So much respect over to these boys on Dosil Mictlan. But let's get into it. Let's start looking at our pick and ban, see the mats are rolling with. I want to see Exhibit, and hopefully it's there, and it is for the tiebreaker. Wow, so that makes things interesting because now Dosil Mictlan has a very real chance, first and foremost on Asylum and Training Grounds. We've seen them play those maps very well, to get a 2-0 and just finish off the series pretty early on. But let's say Hayabusa Black does win their map pick on Asylum, or maybe wins Training Grounds. There are no slouches there either. If we go into Exhibit, that's a map that Hayabusa Black won last week 5-3. So there is a chance, if it does go map 3, we could be looking at Hayabusa Black as new champions, and we could be split down the line 1-1 for both rosters.
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, I mean, this time around it's Dosil that picks Training Grounds. Last week it was Hayabusa Black. But you have to keep in mind, Hayabusa Black still loves Training Grounds, so they're happy to let that map through, even though they lost it last week. So, I mean, it could go to a map 3, it could be a 2-0 on either side. These are the 2 best teams in the Challenger Series, so as it should be, they're facing off against each other in the finals here tonight.
All right, well, we'll see how it's going to go. Either way, though, let's talk about Asylum, I guess. You know, Asylum we have seen tonight. That was Dosil Mictlan playing at 5-3 versus Digital Gaming. But without question, though, that map could have been flipped on its head if Digital Gaming wouldn't have made some mistakes. They could have actually at least sent it to a round 9 or made it a lot closer, could have even won it. So what do you think the chances, or what do you think that makes the chances for the boys of Hayabusa Black to maybe take it? We haven't, or at least you yourself haven't watched them play on Asylum in the past. But if I go back last week for Hayabusa Black, they did play Asylum, and they were able to win against Digital Gaming, the very team that just went 5-3 versus Dosil Mictlan. They beat them 5-0 on that map. So I think actually Hayabusa Black is looking really good right now.
Yeah, no, anything's possible for sure. I mean, they picked this map for a reason. It's very important they try to win their map pick here tonight. On the side of thinking, oh, Dosil, they 5-3, they barely beat Digital, whereas Hayabusa Black won 5-0. That stuff doesn't always correlate into, that means that this is going to be easy or by any means for Hayabusa Black. 2 different teams. We saw the trick strats that Digital Gaming had. Already we're seeing a normal base strategy coming out from Hayabusa Black, so they're just trying to keep it simple and outplay Dosil normal base strats. A 1v1 goes in favor of Flaw. The rotate comes out from Crabyys, but he's not going to be able to get the trade, so statement in that 1v1 lane. Flaw winning that so quickly against Absenz.
Incredible start you have to think, man. Like you mentioned, Flaw playing so well. Vino and Speedy has been on point tonight, and a domination looking like it's coming through unless Crabyys can pull off some miracles. He can't. Absenz looking to go big on his own right, and might get this 2v1, but still more Hayabusa Black members are there, and wow, well done. That's a quick round number 1. Hayabusa flying through the gates.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Flaw breaking ice. I didn't get to see if he had any help, but it looked like the help rotated after from both teams, and I think that was just an isolated 1v1. Flaw versus Absenz, starting off strong, winning the first round. That's a great start on the side of Hayabusa Black with a nice aggressive overextension. Just after a 1v1 kill, they overextend and they win all their team fights. You love to see that little butterfly effect, like a 1v1 turns into a round win. That's almost like execution there.
Yeah, in a way. And who better to speak about execution not only than yourself, but also Speedy, right? Speedy being so talented during execution days. Okay, so fair enough. If they can take round number 2, they are going to be off to a really, really good start, given the fact that, again, Exhibit, a map that they were able to beat Dosil Mictlan last week when they were gods 5-3. That's map number 3. This, I shouldn't say a must win, but at least a good step forward for Hayabusa Black to potentially secure this series, because I expect it to go to game 3 if Dosil Mictlan doesn't take it too well, but who knows? Flaw, big fight. He's going to drop this time around, though. Dosil Mictlan learned from their mistakes.
And I love the cross coming across the map from the tracks. That made that push a little bit easier for Dosil Mictlan, and now 2 kills over on the home hill side. They're not going to go for the pinch. We're on board with Crabyys, get some angles. He's going to have to cross the train track soon. Make sure he can keep these angles. One train's going to come out. It's not going to really help Bronny too much. It's going to help him get 1 kill. Overextension is going to get denied. Flaw is going to be able to get his home hill back, kill Absenz. Bronny was, yeah, they left him down. He bled out there. That being said, Dosil answering back here, winning the initial parts of this second round. Comes the retake attempt. Hayabusa Black, they use their stun grenades. So yeah, you gotta go. Once you use the utility, you gotta go. The only advantage you really have in these scenarios. Great ring around the rosy comes out from Crabyys. He's gonna put in some good damage. It is gonna be Vino with a beautiful double kill. Did he get a chunk over that whole cover before that?
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Bronny won a 1v2 also. Just like that, that's 4 dead. That's gonna be a 3-cap Taylor.
Wow.
It was a Black out of nowhere in the second round.
I am impressed. I really am impressed. This is looking pretty solid at this point, but hey, well done, 2-0. And we've seen 2 different looks, right? We've seen Hayabusa Black win a round in a way of domination very quickly, within 30, 40 seconds. And now we have seen them retake control despite losing the initial and finding a way to adapt and overcome. Of course, that came down to a very close fight on tracks, with Vino obviously clutching it up against Crabyys, who was looked to, at least at that time, I thought he was about to pop off, but of course, Vino being so consistent was able to shut him down. But we've seen 2 different looks, and in those 2 different looks, Hayabusa Black has been able to win in both of them. So again, making them look even stronger. I'm liking it.
Looks like another base strategy. I think Flaw here, that time he got caught out. He tried to force the 1v1 2 rounds in a row. He kind of got humbled there. Great news for him, though, is his team still won that round after that mistake. So looks like, once again, he's trying to press the issue here on the top street. He does have a little bit of support behind him. And it seems like the tracks fight is being played at a very slow pace. So I'm not surprised that Flaw is trying to break ice here at top. 1v1 is won by Speedy in the middle, but a loss on it by his teammate up top. The team fight is going to be won by Dosil at the track, so it's now just Speedy alive. Barely able to get into cover here at the underpass. Uses his flash grenade to maybe get his health back. He is just going through war right now. He's going to get taken out.
Look at this.
You actually can see him.
Oh, no. He's still choking. But even so, that puts him in a frenzy. And look at the rest of the troops from Dosil Mictlan. They're coming through quickly. Player 8 does break through, though. That's going to be Vino, and Vino is going to be able to get on B. Yeah, that stuff's not going to help. Vino does keep the game alive for Hayabusa Black, but that was almost a 5-head play. Imagine, once again, if, Absenz was able to at least get a finish onto either player or any player. I don't know. That could have been a lot smoother, but Hayabusa Black might be able to fight back, and Crabyys, though, is going to shut him down. Nice 2-piece. Vino, Speedy gone. Third one is there, and Hayabusa Black actually stays alive.
Yeah, I mean, we saw their ability to just get 2 double kills last round and just turn that into a 3-cap. I mean, they're down by a lot of points here, Taylor, but they have the slaying capabilities to somehow get a 3-cap here in this round. Bronny right now trying to put in some Lancer damage. Revive comes out from Dosil. Dosil, if I'm them, I'm not really dying for this neutral hill. I mean, you want to put up a fight. You don't want to give up map control for free, but look at the score, Taylor. I mean, if you could spread out the map, it's always a good thing, but you shouldn't be dying for a neutral hill when you win off of one hill. You kind of want to make it really hard for the other team, but hey, they're going to take this fight. BGod does get taken out, he actually pushed forward in that scenario, but Absenz is going to be able to get a kill in. Oh no, Vino!
No.
like that, Dosil Mictlan's 5th member, the train conductor, takes out Vino. And just like that, yeah, Dosil's going to continue to win off of that B hill, and they're going to get their first round here of this finals matchup.
Wow.
Vino just got sideswiped by that thing, man.
That's
that
tough.
Unfortunate.
That's so infuriating too. Like, especially in that position, because naturally, if he gets in there and is able to challenge in between those two trains, the B fight, you can see already the OE was won. You know, that could have been the round. It really could have been. He could have dictated that round and won it for his team. Tough
get
break.
That train conductor a jersey. Dosil, if you're listening, get that train conductor a hat, a t-shirt, a sticker, something.
A sticker.
He needs to throw
Here's a sticker, man. Thanks for playing for the team, brother. We appreciate you.
But pay attention. The next time the train comes by, you're going to see a Dosil Mictlan logo. You're going to see the sticker right on the front of it.
It's a big old sticker.
He knows what team he's playing for. He knows which team he's on.
That would actually be hilarious. Skin out the trains. All right. Last round of the first half. And it looks as if Dosil Mictlan is going to be matching up once again with the standard push of Hayabusa Black. We've been seeing this. Nobody getting too fancy. Not like our first series, right? Where Hype Esports was trying to take the 3-1 on streets and send that one player on to B. It worked out for the most part. But at least as of right now, right, it's just going to kind of be all the same. Fair enough. Absenz pushing up with the Boltok very confidently. Flaw throws out the utility, doesn't connect, of course, and Absenz misses the chance to take him out. He almost timed that perfectly, but Flaw gets away with his life. And more importantly, Hayabusa Black doing a great job on the tracks fight. Everything is looking good so far for a strong initial.
Crabyys trying to overextend, break through. Speedy plays that cover perfectly, and yeah, that's going to be a clean wipe, I believe. Absenz should have time to get one touch. He does. He has to stay in the hill, though. He's going to get taken out surely. The meat shield's going to come out. Now it's going to be up to BGod. Nothing's going to work for him. Recap's going to come out, and that's going to be Hayabusa Black. Going up 3-1 in this first half, Taylor. Doing very good here on their map pick and Asylum.
Very well done. Very well done indeed. So, again, we go back to Asylum last week. It wasn't a map that was played between these two teams, so this is the only outlier that wasn't in grand finals. But again, you know, we mentioned how strong Hayabusa Black, you know, and how comfortable they are when it comes to Asylum. We've seen them already have, you know, some decent victories tonight. We've seen them have decent victories last week on this map. So it's no surprise. They're starting to understand their strong suits. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing. If, let's say they do win the series tonight, of course, getting ahead of myself. But now they know, okay, well, I think now they already know Asylum is a strong map whenever they have to play against Dosil Mictlan again, and Exhibit is another strong map. And that's going to put Dosil Mictlan now in a spot where they know, okay, in this series, we essentially have to avoid a work around two maps. That's not going to be a winning spot. So one of two things has to happen. Hayabusa Black is going to eventually just continue to get better and better on Asylum and Exhibit, or Dosil Mictlan is going to decide to get better and, you know, match or, you know, obviously overseed what their skill gap is at or skill level is at. So, I mean, either way, something has to change for Dosil Mictlan, but Hayabusa Black is in a pretty strong spot. This round, this map means a lot to me, I think more so than it does for Dosil Mictlan to win.
Shouldn't play with fire.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, like, two maps that you can play confidently against your main competition. That's a good spot to be. The overextension comes out early. Oh, almost. That was a scary situation there. Flaw and Speedy kind of just throwing themselves at the home hill. Dosil Mictlan. Let's see what happens here. I mean, the man advantage is going to be in favor of Dosil. They're going to push forward. I don't think Hayabusa Black really has the manpower to really hold this push off for now. But off spawn comes the stun grenades. They're able to get the down, not the kills though. Nope, the kills are going to come out. That's 2 kills in favor of Hayabusa Black. Crabyys isn't going to be able to do anything. The flank comes out from BGod. It's not going to work out in his favor. I don't like the overextension here, though. I really don't. Yeah, thanks, Vino. Thanks for cutting back there. That's not the play.
They're listening, man. They're listening. They've got direct access to the VOD currently going on, man. The live stream. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. Chat, don't take that to the bank. Hey, man, Dosil Mictlan's going to look to push him back once again, but Hayabusa's got a comfortable lead, and it's only going to continue to grow, especially if they can solidify this hill once again, or at least shut them down. I expect Dosil to at least get a decap here, but again, if they can push him back, that'd be huge, but a big push from Speedy doesn't work out. He gets chunked. Even so, Dosil Mictlan just now gaining control of E. And Crabyys looking to push Vino all the way back. Player 6 went on the overextension, and now I'm getting a bit worried. Hayabusa Black seems to be spreading themselves a bit too thin, but that's a big win from Vino. And if he can take down Crabyys here, man, that's huge.
Oh my.
That's huge.
You know, he's mad at that train conductor. He's like,
yeah, he is.
Now that there's no trains around me, no one can stop me. What a nice reaction shot he got into a double kill. That was pretty. BGod right now trying to make a highlight of his own. He gets one, not going to be able to get another. These kills are huge. If you're a fan of Hayabusa Black, look at the score.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't have 2 hills yet. They could still win off of 1 hill. I mean, I'm serious of why they're even... Yeah, show face here, but you shouldn't really be throwing your bodies there. Yeah, you kind of just want to show face and then back up a little bit, just like that. Makes them come to you. Beautiful stuff from Hayabusa Black. Playing that situation just perfectly. Kind of just making it seem like they're going to fight, but then like, no, you got to come to me, baby. I win off of 1 hill.
Yeah.
Hayabusa Black here on map point, Taylor. Very impressive so far, starting this grand finals matchup.
A dominant win. Bronny letting them know. Actually, I think that's his own teammate, sadly enough, that he was over top of. But fair enough, 4-1. I like it. I really do. Huge improvements from last week. Again, Asylum, the outlier. We didn't see this map played in grand finals, but it's nice to know that Hayabusa Black, despite coming into the series understanding that they are, you know, second best, I guess, according to stats, of course, they are quickly looking to make their way in contenders to be in first place. Very encouraging aspect to be at. And again, for Disick, Vino, Flaw, and Speedy, it's a talented roster. It truthfully is. A lot of them coming from Papa Chalky Milk, or at least 3 of them, I do believe. And that was a talented roster. So they're picking up where they left off and not looking back whatsoever. Dosil Mictlan, what's the play? What are you going to do to come back?
Starts with this initial here. Give yourself a little bit of momentum. Seems to be a stalemate for now. We'll see once, like I said, once the utility comes out. Very pointless to throw some utility and not try to capitalize off of it. So shot grenade comes out. BGod didn't seem to be ready for it. He might actually get downed out here. Oh, he gets away barely. I thought he was going to get tripled down and killed there. Never mind. Now Dosil still has their shot grenade if they choose to use it.
Oh, nice. That's big. That alleviates a lot of pressure, getting Bronny out of that positioning. I don't want them to push up too hard, though. They can back off. Utility thrown out, and there goes the boys of Dosil. So they force, or at least they do, in fact, back off. You said there wasn't a shock. Okay, so the shock was used.
Yeah, they might be split where one team has a shock, one is an instant. I haven't been paying attention to the map tree or the weapon trees, but see what happens here. Now it's going to be up to Hayabusa Black to try to retake this neutral hill. He might actually be waiting for their shock grenade to spawn, or maybe no. They have 2 members pushing the tracks right now, so they're going to be on board with Flaw here, pushing into Absenz. Absenz with enough support from Crabyys is going to be able to take out Flaw. The misroll comes out. Oh, Speedy's going to miss a couple shots, and beautiful 1v2 from Absenz with the help of the support from Crabyys. Meanwhile, though, Hayabusa Black is on the E-hill, so the hill's more important than that fight over there.
Yeah, definitely so. And it's still a 2v2. Oh, and the retro still has 20 shots in it. Oh, man, Bronny's going to use that to full advantage. Absenz a bit weak. Vino goes in for the touch, but doesn't get the kill. And that's going to force them back so far. And it is a mismatch, as you were just... Oh, what just Absenz? Great shot. Reflame also taking one down as well. And Reflame's not going to stop there. He's going to continue to push up, sandwich in alongside that of Crabyys. And that's Flaw, who I have no idea. He manages to get away against all odds. And that was an important retake this late in the round. Dosil Mictlan needed that E-hill, or else Hayabusa Black would have had a huge advantage. And now Hayabusa Black has to be the aggressor. They've got to be the ones go for it. And the shock is out, and that's going to get the break.
Yeah, I mean, that kill is big, but not much time left for Hayabusa Black to make this final push. That was their own shock grenade, too, that they threw.
Yep, it was.
That almost stopped them from getting the break in the cap, but they were able to get it, so... One member down right now. It's going to be Flaw. He's going to get revived, and here comes the push from Dosil.
That's it.
They're going to get punished for it. Up to BGod now. Last one alive. He gets 1. That's 4 dead for Dosil.
That is
They can't make it. Why are they bouncing around? Go break the hill.
That's it. I mean, what do you?
Oh no, it didn't matter. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, what are you going to
do?
do? Because at that point, when the shock was thrown out, Hayabusa Black was able to get the break on E. Once they got the break and the full cap on E, they did it in just enough time to have that win condition. That forced, at that point, Hayabusa Black to, or excuse me, Dosil Mictlan to push up and try and retake. As soon as those eliminations came through on the E hill, I knew it was over with because they just didn't have the manpower. And at that point, not only did they have to get on E, they'd also have to get the break on the home hill. That was the only thing they had. So, you know, Hayabusa Black did exactly what they need to do. They get the break just in time. And if, honestly, even myself, and I know Dosil Mictlan's probably thinking the same thing, getting that break on E, retaking it for themselves with the point lead they had, they probably, just like myself, thought they had enough points to win, even if E was retaken off of 1. But that wasn't the case. Once that hill was taken, Hayabusa Black had it, and they had the victory in favor. So well done. You know, not only do they win map number 1, they win it in the way of 5-1. They look phenomenal, Ribs.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few close rounds there where Hayabusa Black clutched up, especially that last round. But yeah, 5-1 on the scoreboard. That's a dominating win on the first map against a team that 10-2'd you last week outside of the one map that you won. That one map being Exhibit is now guaranteed to be played tonight on a map 3. Comes down to Training Grounds map 2 for Dosil. But yeah, right now, Dosil not looking as dominant as I might have thought they would have in this matchup.
Yeah.
Comes down, like I said, I mean, Hayabusa Black, if they're going to impress me, it's going to be here, right here in this match. So far, I am very impressed on Asylum. Training Grounds, they lost convincingly last week. Did they go to the drawing board, Taylor? Did they watch any of the VOD? Did they, you know, go over it, timestamp it, learn from it? We're going to find out very soon if they have any adaptations after getting swept 5-0 on this map to this same roster.
Exactly.
This last week.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Again, Asylum was the only outlier. Training Grounds Exhibit, we know what to expect heading into those maps given the historical evidence of these two teams from week 1. But when it comes down to TG, like you mentioned, it was a big 5-0 victory. It wasn't even close. It truthfully wasn't. The rounds were extremely quick. I'm looking at Hayabusa Black thinking like, man, the series is over with. I'm thinking they're done. Of course, they do win the map number 2 Exhibit 5-3, which again shows great composure on their part. When you get beat down 5-0 and then come back and win map number 2, that's good composure. You know, that's what some of the best teams out there have the ability to be able to do that. So that made Hayabusa Black, at least in my mind, look even better. But they lost map 3. It is what it is. But what can we know from Training Grounds, man? Dosil Mictlan, they just did such a good job winning that Overlook fight, bottom line, period. And not to mention as well, I forget who's rocking the 1v on Bravo. I think it's BGod, if I'm not mistaken, but he plays that position so well. And whoever they were putting in that 1v1 spot on B for the first half, it just wasn't working. Like, it just was not
Flaw,
working.
maybe that plays that spot for Hayabusa Black? I want to say Flaw, but I'm not sure.
Who is it? Oh, Flaw. Yeah,
I want to say
Flaw is in there. Yeah, I think he is. He was doing it on Harbor earlier. He might be in the 1v on Bravo too, on Training Grounds, I'm thinking. But I think he's going against BGod, if I'm not mistaken. Which,
I mean, that 1v1 is tough because it's hard to really initiate it. It really does come down to the team fight. And we saw Vino earlier. Vino was doing a great job when we were watching him play earlier against Hype Esports, but he needs to bring that same energy. Obviously, Bronny went off on Training Grounds earlier, but once again, that was against a different roster. Right. Hype Esports, not on the same playing field as a Dosil. So we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, that momentum right there. If right now, if I'm Hayabusa Black, I'm not even really thinking about last week's 5-0. Obviously, you still have to talk about it and learn from it. But this is a whole different day, a whole different tournament, and you're up 1-0. You're one map away from winning the championship.
That is a fact. You know, let me ask you this actually, and I know you don't have experience necessarily from going down, you know, from pro down to Challenger Series and competing through that, right? But Dosil Mictlan, you know, 3/4 of Team Queso, that obviously didn't work for whatever reason. They just did not work in the pro league whatsoever. I think they got a big chip on their shoulder, you know, from being that pro caliber team now fighting in the Challenger Series. You know, how much of that ego really kind of affects your gameplay and your ability to even want to get better week in and week out?
Well, I mean, you know you have what it takes to be in pro league. You just were in pro league. If you're here, you're competing, you're giving it all. You know, you just got a new sponsor, you just got a new team that you're representing. You know, there's no reason you should be here and playing and not giving it your all. You know, you love the game. That's the reason why you play the game. Whether you're in pro league, whether you're in challengers, whether you're playing a ranked match, like you're playing to win. You don't play just to go out there and get beat up, right? So yeah, I mean, it's all it ends to a means. Right now, if I'm on the side of Dosil Mictlan, I'm trying to represent this new team that I'm representing, and I'm trying to do it all the way until I get into pro league again.
Well, I hope they do. I really do. I hope all these teams do fairly well, but obviously there's only one who can end up in first place. Currently waiting on the teammates to go ahead. Actually, I think they are in fact loading up the map. Fair enough. We should be heading into training grounds very shortly, but if this ends in a way of 2-0, man, first off, I'm going to be 50,000 channel points poor because I put 50K over to the side of Dosil Mictlan. All right. I'm just glad I didn't go all in after that. That 5-1 victory, for me personally, channel point wise, it scares me ribs because I'm thinking to myself, man, these boys are looking really solid. But you know a key player you mentioned, though, and you want to see them play well, because you even set up the storyline earlier in earlier series. Bronny. You want to see Bronny continue to pop off and have the stats he did when he was playing earlier versus Hype Esports. If Bronny can turn up here on training grounds like he did before, which, by the way, 22 kills, 9 assists, and 9 deaths, if he can pull that energy forward into this series, shoot, it could be a 2-0, absolutely. But hey, let's get it going. It looks like it's going to be a 3-3 with player 9. That's going to be Reflame, potentially going for the flank, but he's going to go ahead and hang out down low. So at this point, it's going to be a bit of a mismatch up top. Dosil Mictlan's only going to have 2.
And right away, Vino getting that kill. Ross's BGod out. This is an amazing start. I mean, the overextension does come out from Reflame, so that's going to help his team not go into too much of a point deficit. But he's going to get taken out very fast. Look at this. Crabyys, yeah, Crabyys gets a touch here. And yeah, Bronny, I like to play. Bronny knows he doesn't really have the manpower to take that fight. Yes, he could go for the highlight, go for the double kill, maybe win his team the round. But if he loses it, they're going to have no map control after that without the man advantage. So, hey, great start so far from Hayabusa Black. Picking up right where they left off on Asylum. Already up 40 points here. Speedy's going to overextend. I think he was trying to catch them off guard. It's not going to work out. And I think because of that, okay, nice trade from Bronny. I was going to say, Taylor, Bronny's not using Carmine, but he's using, we see this character so often, the delivery Mac with the little newsy hat.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this character? You think this character is the type of character that the best player in the lobby uses?
Hey, man, I think it's, well, I don't, if Bronny is the best, Bronny's, okay, at this point, Bronny's the best player in round 1. Like, yeah, bottom line, period. Don't let the hat fool you, all right? I know the hat is thinking, oh, this is Mel, man. I'm not taking, maybe the milkman, not taking him seriously. You better take him seriously. Another domination attempt coming through. Naturally, they're not going to get it, and the reason why is because Dosil Mictlan is going to get on Bravo, but at this point, do things get scary for Hayabusa Black? Probably not. Yes, map positioning wise, that could be the case, but if, oh no, Bronny makes a mid-throw, still stays alive and gets the kill! What is Reflame doing?
He shot early. He shot as the roll started, so he couldn't punish the end of the roll. And Bronny with another 1v2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, mames, Dosil.
Oh no, and Vino? Jeez.
Bronny's doing it to him. Bronny, we highlighted him. We gave him the caster. We gave him the caster's blessing.
Yep.
With that, he's already got 6 kills. He's yet to die this round. And so, yeah, it's hard to punish or misroll when you're between shots. And then Bronny hit him with a nice little roadie strafe after. Roadie ran left and then right. That was a nice little highlight there. I feel bad for Reflame though, because that's like getting posterized. Like that's like when someone just dunks in your face. Like, Reflame looks so bad in that scenario, but he just shot at an unfortunate timing to where Bronny could come out of that roll and give some more movement.
Where's Bronny? 6-6-0.
Oh yeah, he's chilling. His whole team died twice that round. He didn't die once.
Nope.
Look, everyone on the map died more than
twice except him. Jesus. Well, and Reflame has
whatever
no kills.
Character you want at this point, Bronny. It's not. All right, I've decided it's not the character that makes Bronny good. I think he's just actually.
No, he's just actually good. He had to prove it.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was just the Carmine effect. Carmine, and you just win all your fights. But he did it with Queen Myra. He's doing it now with Delivery Mac. That dude. He's just that dude right now. I guess we're gonna hop on board with him.
Dude.
He's now only 4 rounds away here from taking this challenges bracket.
Well, this is the way I look at it. This is already a 100% improvement from last week, okay, on training grounds, right? Because you lost 5-0, now you're up 1-0, and that's the first round we have seen Hayabusa Black take on training grounds versus Dosil Mictlan. I expect this storyline to continue to develop throughout all of Challenger Series, truthfully. It wouldn't surprise me if all grand finals is these 2 teams. I would like to see one rise up, but you never know. Better start for Reflame. Goes from no kills to 1. Vino's down. Speedy also falls to the hands of Absenz. Bronny now. Tough fight. Managed to take down 1. Don't do it. Oh my gosh, he does it. A big 2-0. He's a no. He can do no wrong.
Reflame, or Crabyys, get the revive, bro. What do you, the
And he
fact
gets
that he
it
let
down?
Bronny,
Oh,
the
no.
fact that he let Bronny get the kill on his teammate Reflame right in front of him, and then he misrolls backward. Bronny is hitting with some hard shots right now, because those spreads all looked very painful. A lot of people in that same scenario, they're hitting like half spreads. They're hitting shots that's just, it's not enough. But Bronny is hitting full spreads, 80% shots. That is now his 4th 1v2 already on this map, and we're only on the 2nd round.
4th 1v2. And he hasn't died.
Something like that.
8 kills, 1 assist, no devs. Speedy popping off too in his own right? 3 kills, 5 assists. He'll drop off. I believe is there one more player up ahead? There will be. That's going to be Vino up top. Still, BGod should be safe to go ahead and get this full cap. Maybe. What? He exposes himself to get the finish, and then Vino eats him alive. I really expected BGod to just stay in that cover, but he doesn't. Tough break.
All right, this is a big cap here. Dosil gets this cap. You see the points. I mean, despite Bronny going off, I mean, the points are very close in the 2nd round. Oh, nice team fire. Yeah, it's hard to get out of that situation there. Especially when the opposing team has height advantage, they can cross down. Yeah, now it's going to be Dosil crossing down, though. Nice. That's a cross-map Boltok headshot for Crabyys. Nice kills coming out for Dosil Mictlan.
Oh, Bronny died. Bronny can't die. I think that's the big thing.
Right? He's not in them. He can't go perfect this match.
And Crabyys got it. So Crabyys got the first kill on him across map with the Boltok. That's what it takes. You know, you're not beating him up close, right? You got to get that cheeky shot with the Boltok or a sniper or anything across map. Dosil Mictlan is in control though, despite the heroics of Bronny, despite Speedy playing so well, and Vino and Flaw, just all of them just popping off. Dosil Mictlan does take control, and this is a moment where you don't want to lose control. Hayabusa Black has to gain it very quickly. If they don't, they are going to be forced to go. Actually, I think at this point, yeah, Dosil Mictlan should win off of 1. So Hayabusa Black's going to be on all hills, or have to be on all hills at one point in time. They're setting up to do so. They split 2-2 to do it.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Look at the time. They're literally 3 seconds. They haven't even started to break a hill. Good bounce back from Dosil Mictlan, especially after that 1v2 to start the round by Bronny. I thought surely Hayabusa Black would just use that momentum that Bronny was giving him. He started off with 8 kills before he finally died, but now already with 3 deaths, things looking a lot more even here. Maybe that was the spark that they needed on the side of Dosil to get back into this series. Keep in mind, they lost 5-1 on the first map.
They did. They definitely did.
That's rough. That's rough for the defending champs. I didn't expect them to lose quite seriously. I didn't expect them to lose one single map today, but to lose a map 5-1 shows Hayabusa Black improved a lot over a week.
100%, and that's encouraging again. You know, and that's why I kind of asked you when it comes to Dosil Mictlan being a previous pro team. You know, how much are they really and we don't know how much they're practicing. You know, how much they're scrimming and things like that. But the reason why I said is because I don't want them to become complacent. I don't want them to just rely on the skill that they already had alone, because Hayabusa Black, again, I know they're scrimming. I know they're going to continue to get better, and they want to get better, and they want to be a dominant team. I think at this point in Speedy's career, he wants to be back on top, and this is the roster that he wants to try and achieve that top-level success, or at least put, this team up, and then, of course, the pros look at Speedy in a different way. And I think for all of them, right? I'm not... Bronny again, Flaw, Vino. That was just a nasty push, by the way. Well done. Crabyys ends up falling. No, he almost did it again on the Reflame. He almost did it the Reflame again. I would have lost my mind. Vino does it. Oh!
He was between shots. There was nothing he could really do there. And Speedy's going to reset the scenario. He doesn't really gain much from pushing Reflame there, but Reflame's going to take the top angle. All right, so Speedy backing up to his home hill. Going to wait for reinforcements. And despite all of that, I mean, this is an initial win, initial favor side of Dosil.
Trying to get that angle on BGod. He just can't get it
anymore.
He's gonna be all right. Flaw, he's gonna try and push this, and BGod's gonna go ahead and dip out. Crabyys gets the good call out and says you need to go ahead and go. He'll go over to God's spot. Vino now in Overlook is gonna be fighting against Reflame. He'll have help down low, but actually no, he won't, because Speedy's gonna be kind of caught up with Crabyys, I do believe, just on the other side. So Reflame, big win versus Vino if he can get it. That's a nice shot. Doesn't commit for the second. Vino gets it, and that's going to force Absenz back now, who doesn't get any competition as yet. And Dosil Mictlan at this point still feeling comfortable. B is going to be broken. So Hayabusa Black looks to retake that in their favor. And Hayabusa just needs to hold on for probably about 20 or 30 more seconds just to keep that points a little bit more even.
And that's actually a big kill on Bronny. Bronny gets to that spot right under Crabyys. That's going to be a very hard spot to get him off of. And now with that kill, 4v3 advantage. Flaw's getting pushed. He's getting angled out. Dosil Mictlan in a great spot here to win the later parts of this round. Bronny, no one's going into your spawn, Bronny. Go do something. Why are you hiding over there? Silver extension though coming out. Look at Bronny. Go do something, man. No one's pushing into your spawn. Stop it. Nice silver extension though. Beautiful stuff from Hayabusa Black. They get the home hills of Dosil. And with that, they can win with 2 hills. I just hate when people are just like hiding, hoping somebody comes to where they are. Like, no, nobody's running over there.
Well, either way though, he's lucky his teammates do get the 2-1. And that point lead that Dosil Mictlan had, it's gone. That's going to make this late game that much more difficult and riskier because Dosil Mictlan has to push up. They can't wait. I mean, this is a must win on Charlie, 100%. They have to win this fight and take it over. And also think about Hayabusa Black rotating over to B, but that's 2 down.
Yeah, they won the fight at B. That's it.
Yeah, that's got to be
Black's going to go up 2-1.
Wow. Wow, and they win the fight on the home. That's 4 down.
Yep. Yeah, that was just like a little victory there. Like winning that home hill fight is like salt in the wound. They didn't even need to win that fight, but hey.
But they did. But they did.
He'll take the stat buff there. He's trying to catch up to his teammate Bronny when it comes to kills.
And Bronny's slowed down a little bit, but he's all right.
Oh no, Vino's got more kills. What am I saying?
Who, Vino?
Yeah, he's got 12 kills, but
oh wow, he popped off.
Yeah, but look at the 6 assists that Bronny has, and sometimes you leave it down there. You leave it down, you only get an assist for it when they bleed out. So
that's fair. So Bronny should be 16-0 theoretically is what we're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the kills that Bronny have gotten so far in this match, and a lot of them are like with no or minimal help at all. Whereas Vino's been slaying out too. I mean, between the 2 of them right now and Hayabusa Black, they're for me looking like that duo. Whereas Flaw and Speedy are a little bit more so like the objective players. It looks like Vino and Bronny are those dudes that are really supposed to be the tip of the spear for this roster. And as I say that, I mean, we're on board with Vino playing that top spot again. Him and Bronny working together to take out Absenz and Reflame. Kind of just having their way, just pushing across. Absenz and Reflame's playing very passive in this scenario, waiting for help.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Hayabusa Black is going to effectively win Bravo. Dosil's going to go for the OE to keep that 2-1 until they can apply that pressure on to B to lock it in. Bronny, big fight against Adverse up top, and Absenz, excuse me, and he will win that fight. Well done. Reflame's also going to drop off himself. Bronny's going to go ahead and double back in. So speaking of which, Hayabusa's about to be on all 3 hills. Dosil Mictlan, I don't think they realize this yet. Now they do. Yeah. They've got to get there. Yeah. They've got to sprint.
They went to B off spawn, which I actually like this play. So keep them alive for a little bit, but they're getting angled out now. Nice revives coming out from BGod and Absenz, doing their best in this scenario. It's a tough scenario to be in, but they're going to stay alive. Absenz going to cut back, try to fight Speedy. Speedy gets the shotgun out in time, but he gets caught bouncing. Big kill for the side of Absenz. Flaw is going to get the trade, though, with the ball talk. Hayabusa Black right now in a demanding spot. They have both sides of the map. They have the B hill cap. They're up 40 points. Gonna get that kill on Absenz if they want to, but I think look at that. That's a very interesting play there, Taylor. They don't want to risk getting the kill, and oh, okay, he's just gonna bleed out, or his teammate is going to kill him. Interesting.
Okay.
That's a 4v3 for Hayabusa Black. Dosil's gonna have to wait for Absenz to spawn. Reflame is going to get under the overlook barely. Speedy, you're gonna do it?
Maybe. No, he does.
Just pushes in, gets that kill, and backs up. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Stagger your respawns a little bit longer.
Hayabusa's looking lights out. I mean, seriously, they are just they're playing so well. I'm genuinely impressed. I really am. From last week to this week, it's just night and day. Bronny's been just amazing. 12, 8, and 5 deaths now. He does not want to be behind Vino. At this point, Vino and him, the duo, they're just fighting it out.
Vino. He just chunked Vino right in front of him. Yeah, it wasn't on purpose.
He doesn't want Vino to get any more eliminations at this point. The round is inconsequential. He doesn't even care. He's just like, you know what, at this point, let me have my way with Dosil. And he's going for it. He knows the round's over. He doesn't get it. Fair enough. Vino's there, though. Okay, I thought Vino was finally going to get his revenge as Bronny fell. 3-1 lead, Ribs. 3-1 lead. Wow.
stats aside, jokes aside, all that, this is a great showing so far from Hayabusa Black. Keep in mind, they lost to the same team last week. If they could win this week, the second week in a row, they're going to be in a spot where they're either tied up for first, or there's probably some type of tiebreaker, right? So one team is going to be considered first. But
yeah,
if I'm
I think it comes down to map win percentage, which actually would. I'm not even going to try, but I think if it was map wins, at least for grand finals, at least in my mind, it would be Hayabusa Black if they can win this 2-0, because last week was a 3-1 or 2-1. So
even if they were technically considered, second, they won the most recent tournament. Exactly. They get these next 2 rounds, they're winning it in a commanding fashion.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Vino and Bronny right now cannot be stopped. Don't get me wrong, Flaw and Speedy doing a great job as well, but yeah, it's been the Bronny show and the Vino show. It's cool to see them actually working together in this spot. Oh, look, Bronny actually, if he didn't jam his gun right there, I'm pretty sure he would have had Crabyys on that spacing there. Now it's going to be up to Vino. Great shot on the Crabyys, and finally, Dosil wins an initial on this side of the map. Speedy on the flank. Still has his shock grenade. That's going to segregate that player in Absenz, but he pushes past the shock. Good answer so far to start this 5th round.
Oh, wow. Good movement.
Bronny is moving so fluently right now. He's hitting great shots. I think Dosil is going to have this round. Great answer to start this second half. Dosil Mictlan still having a little fight left in him. It's not over till it's over, right, Taylor? And we've seen what Dosil's capable of when it comes to stringing together these rounds.
Absolutely. And that's the scary thing about them. They can absolutely come back. And it's not out of the wheelhouse. At this point, everything's going to be as normal. Shocks, retros, fair enough. You don't expect anything to change. But that Overlook fight did go to the way, at least in the last round, of Dosil Mictlan, which Hayabusa Black has actually been doing a great job at that fight. If they can answer back, win this initial strongly, there's a very good chance they can be on their way to a 4-2. We need Vino and Bronny to, as you said, the tip of the spears to really go big here. Avoid the shocks as well. That's going to be one of the big things. First shock is out. I don't know whose that was, and I think the second shock is up top. So the shocks at this point, not going to provide an impact as opposed to just, slowing down the pushes. But once they dissipate, you better know they're going to be going full send into each other. Vino starting it off. That's going to be a big elimination. Now he's going to be able to Lancer up top. Reflame's in a tough spot. He's about to be pressured by a couple. Crabyys falls as well. And Reflames is also gone. Domination's coming through, and this is a pretty quick round in a way. 4-2 Hayabusa Black, match point, series point. My goodness.
Yeah, Flaw won his 1v1. I mean, it's very important that your team wins the team fight, but it's equally important that if your team loses the team fight, you cannot die. And Flaw pushing his way across the map, winning a 1v1 versus BGod. Match point, series point. In favor of Hayabusa Black. Great improvement going from 1 week to the next. I love to see that so much.
Yeah, Coach Shaz, man. Coach Shaz. They do have a coach, man, and he's been leading the charge. I mean, seriously, hats off to you. He's been in chat. He's been pumping them up last week, this week, and clearly working with the boys. And having that coach is big. I don't believe Dosil Mictlan, at least right now on their roster, they do not have a coach listed. So I think they're just going at it alone. They understand what they need to do. But I think having that coach is a pretty big power move, in my honest opinion. Hayabusa Black's going to switch things up here. Once again, they're going to try and go for the domination. You see player 4. Flaw is going to be by himself, pretty much rent-free over on F. And if Hayabusa Black can win this fight for the neutral, they can once again get a very quick round. That's a big elimination onto BGod. He's gone. Speedy now is going to be able to go down low. Crabyys, though, is going to be able to answer back. And the fight is won from Dosil Mictlan. And the drop shot goes over towards Absenz. It'll only have 1 rocket. But because Flaw does go for the overextension, Dosil Mictlan doesn't feel confident enough to go for the OE to lock in the domination. That's going to give some much needed time for Hayabusa Black to get their troops back into the mix, and you can already see them starting to push in aggressively into the neutral, but unfortunately for Vino, he's going to fall to the wayside. Bronny, though, answers back onto 1. Still, though, oh no, it's not a mismatch anymore. It's going to be a 2v2. Hayabusa Black wants to push in.
I mean, that 1 drop shot really just gets traded out when Bronny picks up that kill, too, so... Now it looks like, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Vino died first, so he'll be the first of this fight. If he wants to, he pushes in with that fresh stun grenade. They'll have a 3v2 briefly. Looks like player 7 might be, yeah, pushing up. He's going to get 1v2, though. I don't know about that play from Crabyys. Nice trade from BGod. Flaw also gets taken out across the map from BGod.
Well, Absenz just chilling out for a second.
He's going to end in a 1v2. No, the rotations are coming out for Dosil, so Vino's going to be in a tough spot here. This is a choke point, though. This is one of those spots where you can clutch up. He hits a great shot onto BGod. Out. He's going to utilize it. Doesn't get the kill, though. Great coverage from Reflame, knowing his teammate is stunned. That's a big kill right there. Another 1v1. Flaw's going to get crossed out from Absenz, so Absenz just needs to hit one shot. I think Dosil's going to have this round here, Taylor. They're losing numbers slowly but surely. Hayabusa Black finally wins one fight. Look at the score.
The score's out of control. Still 15 seconds remain. Player one's going to go at it by himself. He's kind of forced to. The hill on E is just now being broken. Vino has to pull off like a miracle play at this point. Starts off with Absenz. Good shots though. Absenz in the corner. Hill does get broken. Hill does get broken, and now the rest of the troops are coming in. But again, Flaw now is going to be isolated by himself. Speedy has dropped.
Speedy. I think he shot it. Yeah, he shot it. He didn't get any kills. And yeah, with that, he's going to get one-shotted by BGod. All right, nice answer there from Dosil. Still in it. One round away from tying it up, potentially going to a round number 9. Bracket life is on the line here. Only one round. Hayabusa Black. Surely here they don't run that, 3 versus 4 strategy, purposely putting yourself at a disadvantage for the hopes of maybe getting a 3 cap. I don't like that strategy. Definitely not 2 or 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
So let's see if Hayabusa Black kind of just matches it. They have the firepower when it comes to skill. Just match the 4-on-4. If anything, if that player is not going to come to the fight, have him flank the baby stairs. Don't have him just go. That round, Flaw literally ran all the way across the map, grabbed a retro, capped the hill, ran back to his side of the map. He's not really doing much.
Yeah. I agree. No, that's not the play. Well, it worked in that previous round, but again, that's something that you see once. It may work, and you can't implement that every single round. You got to go back to just well, they do it. They're doing it. Yeah. Hey, they're going. Fair enough. They think it's going to work out. Okay, but different strategy this time. They're actually staying on the outside. They're wanting to bait Dosil Mictlan into Overlook and bait out those shots.
They have a shock grenade, right? So they're going to leave shock. The drop shot. They got the drop shot. Yeah, I mean, if they're not throwing their lives away in the 3v4, I like this strat a lot more. Yeah, Speedy not going to be able to pick a route fast enough to get away from the Lancers. Vino.
Shit, I'm hurt.
Well, superhero play there from Vino. Not going to work out. Here goes Bronny again. No one's going over there, Bronny. Stop it, bro. Just stop with the hiding behind the pillar. You look like Rushies right now. Just stop.
Hey, man.
Lancer him out. Lancer. That's what you get. No, stop with the hiding, all right? It works so well in this game sometimes, though. I know why they do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it has worked in the past, too. I think Bronny just... He's stuck in the moment, back when it was working, and he's just like, that felt so good. Let me do it again, but no one's falling for it at this point. Dosil still has the 2-1. Hayabusa is going to be able to put their numbers, though, 3 strong over towards E. Of course, though, Dosil is going to be answering back with 3 of their own. And Absenz has that retro. Flaw should be Lancer down here. Yeah, he's gone. Hold up a second. Gets blindsided. Why did no one call that out? He had players down low. Even so, they recover, but that could have been disastrous.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one player that was really supposed to be watching that lane as well, but they collapsed perfectly on the side of Dosil, and now it's only going to be time for maybe one more final push. Hayabusa Black, more than likely, not going to really have time to do what they need to do, considering new drop shots coming up. I think we're going to go into a round number 9 here, but hey, we've seen Hayabusa Black get some nice last-second pushes throughout this night. Comes down to if the drop shot, because a 1 drop shot kill makes it a 4v3. I need to see who has the drop shot, if it hasn't spawned yet. Well, no, he has the old one.
Oh, he has the old one. It spawns in 5 seconds. Spawns in 5 seconds, yeah.
So that's big for Hayabusa Black to make their push now before that drop shot comes into play. Great team fire, though, coming up from Dosil. Great shotgun play from Crabyys, holding that choke point. We're going to a round number 9, Taylor.
Yeah, we definitely are. And this is a scary spot for Hayabusa Black to be in. So close to victory. It's so far away. Disables surely are going to come through, get rid of those shocks. That actually might encourage Hayabusa Black to push it more aggressively into Overlook, as I don't know if the shocks have kind of been pushing them back or at least been an issue. Again, though, I go back to what you were saying, Ribs. They need to give up that strategy of sending one player to the OE. I mean, it's just not working. You know, it's just not working.
I can see if there was no weapon there, but now that the drop shot is there, which is almost a guaranteed kill most times.
Oh, the disables were already used. My apologies. They were used last round, weren't they?
Yeah, I was curious to where the shock grenades were. So, I mean, we're going into this last round. Incense on both sides, shocks on both sides. I need to see what this initial is. Pay attention to this minimap, folks. Look at the COG team. Are they finally going to send Flaw Arc this time? It's going to be Dosil Mictlan that's going to grab the Incense and try to rotate it over. In that time, it's going to be a 4v3 advantage in favor of Hayabusa Black. I like this strat because they have the shock grenades to also stall. And now there's going to be a utility advantage in the favor of Dosil. I like that. There's the utility.
Okay. So Reflame connects onto Vino. Reflame is down, though. BGod is going to take down Flaw. Speedy, big fight, pushing up, gets one. He's gonna, oh no!
He's going to secure 3 kills.
Wow. And the drop shot goes to Bronny. Dosil Mictlan, I like the play too, getting the extra instant, but Ribs, it's round 9. Why change it up now?
Speedy clutched up in a big way, but hey, Crabyys with a flank. Wait. Crabyys. No!
That can't happen. That cannot happen. That cannot happen.
He doesn't even have a shotgun out, Taylor.
Brother, that can't happen. I don't know what else to say. Ribs, that is that's terrible.
It can happen, and it did happen. Crabyys missing that flank, and now it's going to be Hayabusa Black having every advantage in the world here in this round number 9. Drop shot's going to come out. Bronny's going to shoot it a little short. He's not going to get the kill. He's going to go to the flank on a BGod here. Incense kill comes out on the Absenz. BGod's going to get shot in the back by Bronny, but this trade's going to come out. Speedy's going to die. Now a 1v1 scenario. Reflame versus Bronny. Vino comes in. Now it's a 2v1. Reflame, what can you do? This is a time you have to go big. Stun grenade isn't going to help him in that scenario. Bronny versus Crabyys. Vino's not falling for that little target switch.
And neither is Bronny either, man. Both of them are just in sync, and you mentioned them being the duo for Hayabusa Black, and rightly so. Vino and Bronny have been fighting for the top of the leaderboard, top of the food chain for KDA, and I don't know who's going to get it at the end, but it's been very close between those two. Bronny currently 18, 14, and 14. Definitely died more than he did, but remember round 1, it took forever, but Vino's gone. Bronny now is in a huge clutch spot. Craby's going to push up on him. He does have help, though. There's going to be some Lancer fire, and Flaw's going to take him out. Bronny's going to get the cleanup, and the chunk will also be there, the domination. And yeah, it's over with. Dosil Mictlan not even coming out of spawn. I am blown away. Truthfully blown away by the improvement from last week where they, I mean, come on, they lost 2-1, but in those 2 rounds or 2 maps that they lost to Dosil Mictlan, it was 10-1. It was a beatdown, and they lose Training Ground 5-0 last week and then come back and win 5-4. It's night and day. It's night and day. Well done, Hayabusa Black. I am genuinely blown away.
Yeah, congratulations to them entering back now. They're going to be either barely in first place in the Challenger Series points, or they're going to be... But the bottom line is whether they're second or first on paper, they've won. I mean, it's now tied considering one team's won and the other team's got... One got second, one got first, one got second, one got first. But that's a statement there for Hayabusa Black.
100%.
And I don't want to say that Dosil Mictlan's going backwards. I don't think they're getting complacent. I think that Hayabusa Black is improving over time. We saw a huge clutch play on that round number 9 from Speedy. It's great to see him getting double kills, triple kills, turning and killing Crabyys there. Yeah, I mean, this is great. I mean, for them to win round number 9 too, that was huge. Going into Exhibit, that would have been scary with the momentum that Dosil Mictlan would have had. But yeah, starting off this match, Bronny just getting multiple double kills. He started off that first round with 6 kills, 0 deaths. Then this 1v2 right here, just get the revive, Crabyys. Doesn't get the revive. Then he just fumbles the bag, rolls backwards. Bronny made that look so easy. Here's the wrap shot that I hate to love to hate.
Who ended up at the top of the leaderboard, by the way? What was it? Was it Bronny or Vino?
It was Vino. It was Vino at the very end. Vino was holding that choke spot. We're gonna see it eventually, I think, here. But he was holding that right hand. He got 2 free chunks, pretty much. He ended up having the MVP on the leaderboard. But I think it was Bronny. Really, you have to give the match MVP to him, especially the way he started off that map, giving his team so much momentum that first couple rounds.
Wow. Impressive. Truly impressive. I mean, honestly, I know Coach Shad's out there, again, the coach for Hayabusa Black, putting in the work. He was saying they do VOD review. They definitely review those maps and review the yeah, that's just
no.
that can't happen. I mean, it really can't.
Poor
That's tough. And you know, Crabyys dying there, it's tough. Granted, he picks up one maybe. It still doesn't mean that magically there's a comeback. Like, it's not Crabyys making that play doesn't necessarily mean that's the reason why they lost. I know people want to, you know, put a magnifying glass on him and say, man, he's the reason. He's not. But again, like round 9, you can't be losing fights like that in the way that they did. It's just you can't. But I do want to ask you just real quick, Ribs, recap, man, because again, you were a big fan of them going for the instant, but for me, it's iffy. Like, I like it, and you have the instant, and it does connect, right? It does connect. And then you said Speedy ended up going and popping off. But why change up your strategy round 9 when everything you've been doing in the previous rounds has been working? Why change it up in round 9 when everything matters?
Funny part is Hayabusa Black was sticking to their strategy. They both teams switched their strat going into that last round, and I mean,
yeah, fair.
You want to go for something, you think it works. I mean, whoever the IGL is on the side of Dosil, they said, hey, let's grab the Incen. We could stall with the shot grenades. Maybe we get a kill with the Incen, but all that doesn't matter. If Speedy's winning a 1v2, he gets it down. There's 2 down, and then he has a member rolling backwards. He reads the roll, runs forward, gets the one shot. I mean, Speedy just made the better play. It wasn't really a strategy thing. Speedy was just a more clutch player. And then he turns on Crabyys and makes Crabyys look terrible. Speedy wasn't trying to go to Exhibit. He was trying to win 2-0. He had Bronny and Vino going off the whole time. He said, I got you guys on round number 9. I'm going to go off here for you. Hold you guys down and win this bracket.
And I'm convinced now after Training Grounds, let's say, you know, round 9 does go to the way of Dosil Mictlan. I'm still not convinced Exhibit goes their way either, especially with the big improvement, like a 5-1 on Asylum and then having a 5-4 victory on Training Grounds, or at least just keeping it that close, Ribs. Like, that shows to me that Dosil Mictlan, even if we do go to game 3, was not the favorite. They just were not the favorite whatsoever.